said, ladies night. Seen shorty, she was crazy, right? And I approached baby like, Mom, what's your age and type? She looked at me and said, you's a baby, right? I told her, I'm 18 and live a crazy life. Plus I tell you what the 80s like, and I know what the ladies like. Need a man that's polite, listens and takes advice. I could be all three, plus I can lay the pipe. Come with me, come stay the night. She looked at me laughing, like, boy, your game is tight. I'm laughing back like, sure you're right. Get in the car, and don't touch nothing. Sit in the car, let's discuss something. Either we loving or I see you tomorrow. Now we speeding up the west side, hand creeping up our left side. I'm ready to do it, ready to roll, ready for dome. 55th exit, damn, already we home. Now let's get it on.
Let's slide, alright. We gon' get it on tonight. You smoke, I drink, well good, cause we gon' get it on tonight. Got drop, alright. We gon' take a ride tonight. So mom, yo, let's slide, alright. We gon' get it on tonight.
So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Can free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce for all the good times daily. Why you trying to put...
Welcome everybody to the Henry FUNHOUSE. So excited to be here tonight. So excited that you're here tonight. We're raising money for a great cause. My name is CALICO. And I'll be rocking with you for the next half hour. Getting you in the mood to give. But don't forget, we have 4 other artist rooms you can explore tonight until 8 p.m. when the main show starts. So go check out some other artists and come back here. I'm going to be rocking with you right here until 8 p.m.
To let it breathe. So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Can't free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce for all the good times daily. Why you trying to pose like I be acting shady? What's that supposed to be about, baby? Can't free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Shut up all, I give it a good loving daily. Now you trying to pose like I be acting shady.
FS Green. I wanna be your chick. I wanna be Selfie. I wanna be your chick. I wanna be Selfie. Be your dance chick. Be your dance chick.
Hey Calico, I can tell you over here in this studio, the party is definitely going, so thank you.
I just want to let everybody else know that we are in the Funhouse right now for the Henry Art Gallery. And down below, where you can see that there are links to rooms 0, that's this room, then 1, 2, 3, and 4. In each of those Funhouse rooms, there are different pieces of art happening right now. Click on those links and you will go and visit other parts of the Funhouse. And when you find yourself somewhere else in the Funhouse, make sure that you click the Show More down below that live stream, and you'll find all those same links that can bring you right back here to Calico's dance party or to other parts of the Funhouse. Every room is linked to every other room. So please explore, come back, dance, enjoy. We are so excited to have you here dancing and celebrating for the Henry. Welcome.
Once again, hold the phone, yeah. I know you're waiting on my mood tonight. Hesitation, wait until the moment's right. I know you're waiting on my mood tonight. Hesitation, wait until the moment's right.
Sitting on the edge of the pool, hanging with the rest of your crew, flashing those big brown eyes at me. As I was walking by, saw that your drink was dry, seized a good opportunity. Oh yeah, electric magnetism in the air, called me out of nowhere.
I hope everyone's having a great night so far. This is the Henry FUNHOUSE. My name is Calico. Let's keep it positive, y'all.
Must be a sign. I got to make you mine. Oh, it's a vibe, vibrations. It's vibe, vibrations.
found your body. Said we go back and shut this over you. Hold those stop this disco party, disco party. Hold those stop this disco blues, this disco blues. 'Cause we go back and shut your body, your body. 'Cause we go back and shut this over you, this over you. Break it down now. Party like Chaco Funk, disco party. Party like Chaco Funk, is the groove. Said we go back and shut your body. Said we go back and shut this over you. Don't break the phone, don't break the phone, don't break the phone. 'Cause it's a fact.
Tell me, Rosie, do you remember like me? The 2 times that we kissed are in my memory. The first time was at Kelly's by the trampoline. The second time was 3 years later, basement rager.
If you're just joining us, my name is Calico. I'm your DJ tonight. I'm gonna be rocking in this room right here until 8 p.m. when the real show starts. When you give money and we celebrate a good cause, you can hang out with me. There's also a few other artist rooms you can explore around. Many doors to peek through, but all doors lead back to the Henry. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling tonight. Let me know why you love the Henry.
Rosie is a memory of a simpler time. Virgin boy with no filter on heart and mind. There were plenty of girls that made me lose my cool. Slipping nuts and anything that I loved into. Juggling my hormones like a love lost clown. Getting high for all the times they let me down. On and never onward through the slip of time. I am happy now, but boy, I miss that time.
Funhouse with the Henry Art Gallery. We're so excited that you're here. And if you are here in the Zero Room, this is the central space at the center of the Funhouse where we will all gather in about 10 minutes. This is where our program, where we're going to get to hear from some of the important people at the Henry here in Room Zero. But now is a great time for the next 10 minutes to continue to find your way around the Funhouse. The links to the other 4 rooms are down below in the Show More. If you need to click Show More, you'll see that there are links to all the other Funhouse rooms, and in every room you will find all the links to take you wherever it is that you want to go. And don't worry if you don't get a chance to see everything before our program begins at 8 o'clock, because after, CALICO will be back for more dancing and the Funhouse rooms will reopen. But just a word of caution, at 8, all of those other Funhouse rooms will close down while we all gather here. So please explore. We'll see you back here, or stay here, or dance, or do whatever it is that you'd like to do, because it's a Funhouse. Thank you for being here to support the Henry Art Gallery. We are so excited. CALICO, I'm gonna let the dancing keep going because we got like 9 minutes more dancing.
Thank you so much, Ian. Like you said, y'all, I got you for 8 more minutes. I'm trying to get those booties shaking in that chair. I want socks sliding across the hardwoods. I want wallets open tonight, too. If you love the Henry, make some noise in the chat right now. If you love to have a good time, make some noise in the chat right now. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
This is a great one. I know, CALICO, you're doing a lot of it too. That's great. So excited that we are all here with CALICO.
Sing it if you know the words.
I was checking this girl next door when her parents went out. She first say, hey boy, come on right around. So I knocked at the door, you were standing with a bottle of red wine, ready to pour, just in long black satin, reached to the floor. So I went in and we sat down, started kissing, told me about your cruise, sounded interesting. So we jumped right in, all calls diverted to answer phone. I mean, her parents were kind of cool, but they were the fine line between me and you. We were just doing things some people in love do. Parents trying to find out what we were up to. Say it. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me?
Baby, now I got the flow, cause I know it from the start. Baby, when you broke my heart, that I had to come again and show you that I win.
Calico, I can tell you, there's not a hardwood floor in 100 miles that doesn't have like skid burns right now. This dance party is killing it, and we are so grateful. Hey, Calico, everyone, right, exactly. As Sylvia Wolf points out, the very much coolest cat in the Funhouse, Calico is the one. And I have very good news because Calico will be coming back to join us at the end of this part of our program for more dancing, for more, cool cat activities. Do I have that right, Calico?
That's right, Ian. I'll be back here as soon as you're done. As soon as we're done collecting all that money for this beautiful organization, for this fun house, I'll be here to keep the fun going.
All right, so we really appreciate it. So don't go far away. But we do have a few other very fun things. I know you're in on the know about a few of these things. And so we want to say to all of you, welcome to the Henry Art Gallery's Fun House. You have arrived in the right place. And we would like to invite you into this fun house. And we have some fun house sprites, some Henry Art Gallery sprites to take us into the fun house. Here we go. And it is my great pleasure to welcome to our funhouse the one and only John S. Banke, director of the Henry Art Gallery. Would you please give it up for Sylvia Wolf? Sylvia, welcome. How are you?
Oh, thank you, Ian. Welcome, and thanks to all of you for joining us this evening as we share who we are, what we do, and how we serve at the Henry. Tonight, you'll hear about how we brought art to the community, engaged youth and families, and worked with artists to commission new works during the pandemic. We'll also be joined throughout the evening by members of the Henry Art Liaisons, UW undergraduate students from varied disciplines who are learning about our work and shaping audience engagement with our exhibitions. We'll be joined by members of the Henry staff and board, but first, Ian, I think there are a few logistics.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. Just a couple logistics, because we are gathering in this very new place, this virtual funhouse, and we are so excited. There are over 85 screens all together right now, which we assume means that there are maybe as many as 200 of us all gathered together in support of the Henry Art Gallery. Welcome. And as you are watching us, you may notice that there are many of us who are in the chat. And we would love to have you come join us. Thank you, Nick. We really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Come join us in the chat, because then you can say like nice things about my bow tie, but you don't have to. You can say whatever you want. If you are new to YouTube, in order to join us in the chat, you just have to create a free YouTube account. And YouTube calls that free account a channel. But don't be nervous. It doesn't mean that you are suddenly going to be on camera. We will be on camera here in the Funhouse, but it will mean that you can come and join us in the chat, which is a good place to be because there are going to be more special guests like Sylvia who will actually be back. There will be games and prizes and surprises. Bassam, thank you very much. And the only way to play and participate is by joining us in the chat. So please, as Bassam and Alex and Catherine and M. Chan, so nice to see you. Exactly, the water is great, they say. Just come and join us. And you will notice that at the top of the chat bar, it says either live chat or top chat. Make sure that yours says live chat. That way, 84 degrees, Timothy, exactly, perfect. Live chat will allow you to see all the chats. If it says top chat, then you are being filtered. Don't allow that to happen. And then down at the bottom, you will see the little emoji face. And the emojis are a very great way to participate. Richard, we are so glad you're here too. And Grace and Timothy, yes, thank you. And Rowan, woo! Make sure you find those, Alex, find those chat emojis. And here's a little extra power user move. If you type the colon and then a word, it will bring those chats. Like that's the clapping emoji. You can find those. Another thing we would love to invite you to do is to potentially have a second device where you can be logged in to our giving software, GiveSmart. The giving software is where you are going to be able to contribute to the Henry Art Gallery this evening, and also it is where you are going to be able to participate in a little voting that we will be having. All you have to do is click on the link that is down below our live stream, or you can find that same link in various communications that have been coming to you. And we would love for you to make sure that you have two devices. So watch us on one device, and then have that second device in your hand that is connected to our giving software, GiveSmart. And here is one way you can demonstrate that you have, in fact, connected to our giving software. Over the last few days, we have been asking people to send us selfies and use the hashtag HenryFunhouseSelfie. And many people sent in HenryFunhouse selfies, and you can still do it tonight. If you take a selfie of where you are right now, put hashtag HenryFunhouseSelfie and put it on any of the social platforms that you prefer, and it will come to us. Our committee selected 5 of the submissions that we received, and we are going to give away a prize to one of those 5 submissions. It's a very cool prize. It is an art staycation vacation, 2 nights at the Graduate Seattle in a Skyview Premium King room, and valet parking and breakfast, and $150 to the Mountaineering Club, and we all get to decide who gets the prize. So you want to go into the GiveSmart app on your second device. You're going to want to look and make a vote on which of the submissions you think should win our grand prize. Every vote costs $1, and those dollars go to the Henry Art Gallery. So stuff the ballot box. This is the time to do it. Do you want digital face paint to win, or refracted eyes, or lots of heads, or hair crown, or disembodied? It is up to you to vote with your dollars and decide who will get our grand prize. Make sure you're voting now and always. We also want to just point out, we know many of you are enjoying the delicious Tom Douglas dinner boxes tonight. Yes, and I can see that Paco is also trying to influence the vote right in the chat, which is totally fine. Influence away. The best way to do it is to vote with your dollars. And if you are enjoying that Tom Douglas dinner, or if you're enjoying anything, if you're eating or drinking anything delicious, would you put an emoji into the chat right now and tell all of us what you are having to eat or drink? Nick, I love that good staycation. Yes. Are you having like coffee or French fries, or maybe you have some sushi? Whatever it is, if you could tell us, we would love to know. Here in the studio, we are having water, but later we'll be having other things probably. I see that there's chocolate happening, and definitely beer. Cake for breakfast, key lime pie. Jamie, nicely done. I love it. A hamburger. I'm thinking Steve's got some hamburger at his house. I love it. So this is exactly, Seth is dancing. That's fantastic. Seth, if you're wearing a red dress, we're happy about it. One other quick point of logistic, because then we have to move further into the Funhouse. If at any point this evening you need assistance of any kind, please reach out via email, info@henryart.org, or you can call 206-221-3244. Bhavani's got tacos. I'm so a little bit jealous. You can make that email or call if you need help with YouTube Live. If you're looking for ways to donate to the Henry Art Gallery, you can make those calls or use that email. We have people waiting. The sprites are waiting to answer your call. And speaking of sprites, I think the Funhouse is calling us. Can you take us beyond where we are now? Here they are. Here we are, yet another portion of the Funhouse. And I want to just point out, so many of you are doing the emojis extremely well. Grace, strawberries. Lena's got grapes. Langdon has the meal that I mean, cheese and salad and red wine. I mean, that's like the perfect meal. So Adam is pointing out that now is the time to celebrate. So if you could find the clapping emoji Julie and Brian, wine and donuts are definitely a good combination. Find the clapping emoji or another way to celebrate, because we have to thank an incredible group that has made it possible for us to be here this evening. Their ongoing support of the Henry Art Gallery is such an inspiration. Would you give it up virtually for the amazing sponsors of tonight's Funhouse? To our visionary sponsors, Mike and Liz Hilton. Yes, these are all the applause. Sophia and Bassam and Daniel are giving you applause. And to Lynn and Jerry Grinstein, thank you for your incredible support. Also, to our benefactor sponsors, Krakow Jennings, Hodemacher Pfeiffer, Richard Pellman and Sally Browning, Julie and Brian Serdahl, Allison and Glenn Milliman, thank you so much for your support. To our patron sponsors, Linda Lewis and Sylvia Wolf and Dwayne Schuler, thank you so much for your support. And so many people are sending their love and applause to the host sponsors, Dawn Shirwa, Carla Lewis, Bassam Bajani and Lisa Burns, and Vicky and Gary Glant. Thank you so much, sponsors. We could not do it without you. Exactly, all of these people sending their support. And I do just want to say that those sponsors, they have helped us in a big way, because tonight it is about fun. It is about this fun house. And it is also, as Calico mentioned, about raising resources for the Henry Art Gallery. And our sponsors have already begun. Our thermometer is already in great shape because of our sponsors. So we are so happy to see that we're already at $20,000 of funds raised and onward. So thank you so much to our sponsors for helping with that. We also want to give a shout out to our incredible gala committee. To the committee, would you give our gala committee just a huge round of applause, because they have done so much work. Yes, exactly. All of these, and I love it. You guys are doing this great. You're figuring it out. Okay, thank you, gala committee. Okay, so tonight we also want to do a little trivia. And we're going to do a little trivia in our chat right now. And whoever gets this correct, the trivia answer correct first, will win a Gray Magazine subscription and a Henry membership. So here is your first Funhouse trivia question of the night. Of the 4 other pieces in our Funhouse experience, which of them is a part of the Henry's permanent collection? If you know, put it in, and you will have a Henry membership and a Gray Magazine subscription. Does anybody know which of those 4 other experiences is part of our permanent collection? And everyone's thinking, everyone's analyzing. All of them? No, Nick, it's not all of them. It is just one. And it is, yes, that is correct. Jennifer, you got it. Jennifer, oh, you're so fast. So the prize goes to you. Nicely done. I know that this group of people is probably aware that even in this unprecedented year, the Henry has continued to soar. It has been a different kind of year, but so vibrant at the Henry. We have been continuing to connect with our community, even as our buildings have not been able to be open. We have continued to strive to open minds through our educational mission work, and we have been building for the future of the Henry. And Sylvia, I wonder if you could come back, if you don't mind, and tell us, how long has the Henry been part of the Seattle art community? It's been a while, right?
The Henry first opened its doors in January of 1927 as the first art museum in the state of Washington. And from the start, we've been dedicated to featuring art of the now. Since then, the Henry has showcased world-renowned contemporary artists, many of them early in their careers. For example, James Turrell, Gary Hill, Ann Hamilton. We've also brought seminal artists Maya Lin, Carolina Caicedo, and Micheline Thomas to Seattle, and there's more to come. For in the past year, artists didn't stop thinking creatively, and neither did we. When our city, country, and world went into lockdown and the museum closed in early March, we focused on our core strength, supporting artists and connecting those artists to our community. With doors of our building shuttered, we opened doors to art in the community. With our partners at On the Boards, we presented a program of artist-made films at a drive-in. We developed a poster campaign with La Resistencia, mounted on the outside of the walls of the Henry and featuring visual and narrative portraits of detainees that highlighted human rights issues at the center of immigration policies. Our online and digital engagement opened new doors to delivering content, allowing us to bring speakers and to host audiences from around the globe for our Bugs and Beast colloquium. And we launched our first public art exhibition. To tell you about it, I'd like to invite our Director of Curatorial Affairs, Shamim M. Molman, to join me. Shamim.
Thanks so much, Sylvia. Yes, Set in Motion was actually the Henry's first citywide public art exhibition. And for Set in Motion, we actually took over King County Metro buses, bus billboards of 20 different bus routes. I think it was over 100 buses at the end for a 3-month group exhibition with 10 artists presenting artwork throughout. And this was traveling all around the city of Seattle, routes throughout the city and a bit beyond, in fact, from December 2020 through February 21. The 10 artists that were presented as part of Set in Motion were actually selected from a team curatorial process in part. We had an open call for artists from the Pacific Northwest, and for 5 of the artists that were selected again by the Henry's curatorial team all together, with an eye towards inclusivity, diversity, and different ways of thinking about what kind of art could be in the public sphere. The other 5 artists were invited by curatorial invitation from across the country. And so this was a way to kind of diversify the discourse, the conversation around the topic. So Set in Motion, okay, that's the theme, that's the title. Obviously, it's in part referring literally to the mobile and transitory aspect of the bus billboards moving around the city, but it was also kind of a loose thematic framework for the presenting artists to consider. So to set in motion, by definition, is to activate, to initiate, to get underway, to move forward, to instate. Thinking about how one interprets that phrase in this particular moment in time, this was in the fall, thinking about our cultural context and allowing the artists to really respond through all different kinds of frameworks, both political, personal, conceptual, thematic, and that is created an extraordinarily diverse group exhibition moving all around the city, as mentioned. We really encouraged folks to take pictures, to kind of grab screenshots whenever they could out in the world. The interesting thing about the Seattle public bus system, for those, though many of you know, but it is really very, very present in the city, unlike many other places I've lived. And so we were really thinking about not just the folks getting on the bus, but the people who were cycling by, walking by, especially during this time when people were moving around the city in different ways, thinking about different ways to see that artwork and engage with it in your day-to-day commute, your walk to work, or your way of picking up your kid, or that kind of thing. So one of the another great things about this exhibition is that it has another life right now. In collaboration with the Museum of Flight, who very generously offered their facade to us to present all of the boards together. So giving a chance for our audience to actually see it truly as almost like a gallery, a group show all together on the facade. And that's there right now. So I encourage you to go take a look if you didn't get a chance to see them moving around the city throughout these past few months.
Thank you so much, Shamim. Thank you, Sylvia. As you could see, many people did get to see the buses out and about, and such joy to have them in our community. And we're very curious. If you saw the Set in Motion buses, where do you remember seeing them? Tell us in the chat. Where is it that you remember, oh, I saw the bus. The Henry was part of my day out and about, set in motion. Does anybody have a memory of that? And where it was that you remember seeing one of those buses? It would be so fun. Just tell us in the chat right now. Like, oh, I saw it Wallingford, Fremont, Erica, Montlake, yes. On Montlake, I love it. I mean, and what a beautiful spot. On Cap Hill, I love it. I can just imagine a Set in Motion bus crossing the cut on the Montlake Bridge. It sounds beautiful. Cap Hill and Ballard. Okay, so all over. Now, Here is on the 43 bus. Oh, I love it. Alex was riding the Set in Motion bus. So Alex, that's like very meta because you were in motion in the Set in Motion. I mean, I don't even know what that fully means. I have another trivia question for all of you. And again, if you are the first person or the closest person on this trivia question, you will receive a Henry membership and a Gray magazine subscription. So the question is this. Metro told us the estimate of how many views all of the buses received. So 100 buses out in the community for 3 months. Does anybody want to guess in the chat? How many views did Metro tell us they received? Was it 20,000? Alex, not close. More. I'll tell you it's more. Keep going. Bigger numbers. First person to get closer, you're going to get that trivia answer. It's even more. Whoa, Paco, 1 million. Yeah, it's even more than 1 million. I'll tell you. Some 2 million, Kristen, 3 million. Multiply these numbers. That's how exciting it is that the Henry was out there with so many views. So many views. Does anybody okay, Russell, if you multiply by 10, you win. That's a hint. I'll just say that, but somebody's got to put it into the chat. Oh, that's very close. 40. Popla gets 40. I'm going to give it to Popla. Popla 1000. You are really close. Yes, they said approximately 30 million views. That's so much, so many people being connected to the Henry. I also want to point out right now that you have all been voting very nicely for the hashtag HenryFunhouse selfie. So the voting continues, and right now Digital Face Paint is definitely taking the prize. The graduate staycation vacation, but there's lots of voting time available, and I highly encourage you to vote. Remember, you can vote inside our giving software, GiveSmart. Make sure, because Digital Face Paint is very excited that they're gonna get the staycation, but disembodied, coming behind, refracted eyes, make a vote right now. Just click on the items in GiveSmart, and you will be able to make a vote. It's $1 per vote, and you can stuff the ballot box. The more votes, the better for the Henry. I also just want to remind everybody that if you need any assistance, whoa, more votes just came in for Digital Face Paint. They really want to win. Probably stuffing their own ballot box. It's fine. If you need any assistance, email us. The sprites are standing by to receive emails, info@henryart.org, or you can call 206-221-3244, and the sprites will answer your call and email, I believe. Right, sprites? You will answer. Please? Will you answer?
¿Qué onda?
Hey, hi, ¿qué onda?
No, pues ya.
No, pues, nada,
pues,
ya sé,
no
te
puede
iba a
ser.
contar,
No,
pero
pues ya,
no
pues
estoy,
ya.
yo no he estado tanto.
Nada,
Ha estado
pues,
bien,
nada, lo que
digo,
iba a decir, te quería contar que
sí,
pasó
yo creo que
y
sí,
que
yo creo que sí, la verdad es que,
pues nada, pues sabes que
tú sabes, una cosa,
no,
y que
pero
la
ya
otra,
ya no sé ni cómo empezar.
pero bien,
pues,
¿no?
pues,
Bien,
mucho,
quería tomar la decisión y no he
pues te voy a
podido,
llamar, pero si iba a ser lo correcto,
pues
entonces
nada,
lo pensé mucho, dije no, pues
no sé, lo voy a pensar,
le voy a
si
hacer
quiero
lo correcto, entonces
darme el tiempo y ver,
dije no,
ya
pues,
sabes,
pues igual y
nunca
le
sabes,
voy a ver,
en realidad,
¿escuchas?
¿me escuchas? ¿Me escuchas?
They're answering, don't worry. Part of the mission of the Henry is opening minds. And one of the programs that we are so excited about is our Henry Art Liaisons program. This is a program where current University of Washington students come and become part of the Henry and welcome others into the Henry. And it's my great privilege to get to welcome a current Henry Art Liaison. They are an art history and English language and literature double major, a member of the class of 23. It's so nice to have you here, M. Chan Dixon. M, welcome to the Funhouse. Thank you for coming. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I am thrilled to be here. Yes, my name is M. Chan Dixon. I'm currently a sophomore majoring in art history and English language and lit, and I am one of the Henry's art liaisons. So I did most of my internship not really knowing what the Henry looked like on the inside. But I think remembering walking into the space, it really made sense noticing how diverse the space is structurally and how welcoming it is. There are so many different spaces within the building, and how like deceptively small it looks from the outside. And I think that's a really good visual crystallization of how I learned about how the Institute functions as a whole. It does so much that I never really knew about, from research to education to community engagement, to exhibitions, and the discrete spaces that the Henry houses, I think, reflects the multiple different alternate viewpoints and perspectives, and a very decentralized approach to art. And it's just such an honor to be a Henry Art liaison. And I think we view our jobs first and foremost as in service to the community and in service to the art, and to facilitate and encourage conversation and connection about exhibitions and works. And I think one way we do that is to come from a place of personal experience and stress our own personal reactions to and connections with the art, and try to inject sort of subjectivity and humanity back into art criticism and really make it a conversation. So we're opening up these doors for you into the gallery space. And I think I'm just really grateful above all else because I've learned to center accessibility and community engagement in my work. And I've really been able to expand my vocabulary and expand the ways that I think about and around certain topics to privilege collaborative creation and encourage conversation, and just adopt a very welcoming demeanor. And so I would love to express my gratitude for all of your continued support of the arts over this past year, and your willingness to embark on and follow the journey that the Henry has made recently to support more arts education and accessibility opportunities. And I would love to thank you for your celebration of and passion for the arts as a unifying agent. So thank you for coming to support the Henry, and I cannot wait to see you in the gallery soon.
The Henry's commitment to education is central to our work. Our embeddedness in one of the nation's top research universities makes us a natural test site for creative research in the development of new work. Indeed, we engage with over 30 units and departments of the University of Washington. In service to our broader community, our art ventures promotes intergenerational learning. This past year, we engaged more participants than ever, no surprise, as families came together around art making and found new ways to connect with each other and artists online. Reframes, our monthly online discussions of works from our permanent collection, doubled in number of sessions and participants. And a particular bright spot in the past year has been our Henry Art liaisons, who you're coming to know. We strive to inspire youth as part of our education programs, as part of the university, but we find ourselves learning from them and definitely being inspired by them.
Very inspired with them. And we work with those teens throughout the year, weekly as well. And we're very curious, are there any current or former members of the Teen Art Collective here in the Funhouse with us this evening? If you are a current or former Teen Art Collective member, would you give a shout out and just say maybe Teen Art Collective, or just, raise your hand or say hi in the chat? If there are any of you who are here with us, we would love to say hi back to you, because we're so excited that you would choose to come be with us. And I also noticed that another member of the Henry Art Liaison group was joining us in the chat, and he was shouting out his appreciation for his colleague M. Chan, which I think is so indicative of the power of this group that works together. And it is my great pleasure to now get to welcome him to the stage. Would you please give it up for an art and anthropology double major with a minor in history, a member of the class of 21, the one and only Devin Kirk. Devin, thank you for coming. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Devin. I am a Henry Art Liaison. I am a senior here at the university. I study art anthropology and art history. One of the first memories that I have at the Henry actually was my freshman year, when I was able to come in and I saw a video piece that was on 4 monitors. And so we were able to move those 4 monitors freely around the room. What happened there was I also actually shot me into my major as well, which is photo media, a subsection of art. And so I think me being interested in museums after seeing that piece, that was something that really got me into art in general. And so that's been something that I'm really, really thankful to be a part of this program, because showing other people how art is and how it functions is something that's really important. One of the biggest things that I took away from my class discussions is that art is something that's like global, and it's something that a lot of people have a connection to. And so if I'm able to step into a museum space and help liaison others into understanding and having a deeper connection with the art around them, I think that's something that would be really satisfying, not just to me, but I also think to the Henry and to the community in general. Art is something that really brings the community together. And so lastly, the thing that I explored the most is that we actually have a lot of power as liaisons when it comes to community building. I think the group that we have is is a really, really phenomenal group, and everyone in there, including our instructor, Barrett, we all work really well together, and we are able to bounce ideas off of each other in a way that I've never really had in a class structure before. It feels like I'm getting really good life experience, and this is really good life experience for me in general, because I just finished applying to my master's program at the University of Amsterdam for cultural and social anthropology with an emphasis on the arts.
Congratulations, Devin, for applying for that master's program. We're so thrilled. And for telling us about that memorable moment that you had at the Henry. And I'd love to ask all of you, what is that moment that you remember being at the Henry? If you could tell us, when you think, oh, that most memorable time at the Henry, would you show us? Tell us right now in the chat, what's something you remember when you think about that time you were inspired or uplifted or challenged in the Henry. Does anybody have something that really comes to you? Tell us in the chat. And while you're doing that, I just want to say we are so incredibly grateful, because so many incredibly generous people have been helping us. So Christian Grant, thank you. And Shane and Tasha, thank you so much. We want to thank Matt Hayes, thank you. And Jennifer and Ash Higgins, oh my goodness, thank you. Your donation is so grateful. And we are already at $80,000 on the way towards our goal. We're so grateful to Eleanor and Charlie Polnow. Your gift, thank you to, Lisa, thank you so much for your generosity. Lisa Suref and Matthew Barnes, thank you to all of your incredible, some of you are finding the thermometer, and we're so grateful to all of you who are doing it. Your generosity will help us to continue with teaching artist fees and with all of the things. And Susan Mycelis, the incredible photographer, Susan Mycelis, made a contribution. We are so grateful, Susan, for your generosity to everyone. We are over 80,000. Oh my goodness. And Mimi Gardner Gates, thank you for your generosity. We're so grateful. Okay, so I know the Funhouse is calling. I get excited because people are being so generous. But Sprites, I know there's more Funhouse in front of us. Would you take us where it is we need to go? Please, onward. As you can see, we have come to the most comfortable center room of the Funhouse. Here we are, deep in the heart of this Funhouse. And this is the moment where we really are going to appeal to all of you. Because tonight we have a very big goal of raising $127,000. In honor, of course, as Sylvia mentioned, of our founding year, 2027, but also because these are the funds that will continue to allow us to do all of the work that you're hearing about, that M. Chan and that Devin was telling us about. And while you are considering making a contribution, and you can use our giving software, GiveSmart, to do that. And we really want to thank TJ and Susie McGill. Thank you for your incredible generosity. Thank you. Oh, and Krakow Jennings, thank you. But I want to invite Shamim M. Momin back, our Director of Curatorial Affairs, to tell us about a current show that is sponsored by Sherry and John Banky. Shamim, would you mind telling us a little bit about this show that is happening?
Thanks so much, Ian. Well, I'm excited to be here to talk to you about a commission exhibition that we have in the galleries right now by the amazing artist Gary Simmons. It's called The Engine Room. The work of Gary Simmons explores racial, social, and cultural politics and examines the ways in which we attempt to reconstruct the past via personal and collective memory. His practice has evolved over 3 decades, the past 3 decades, most of which I've known him, and I'm dating myself, I realize, but it's just been a thrilling experience to be able to know the artist and see the work develop, watch the different media that he's worked in throughout: painting, sculpture, installation, interactive architectural environments, especially in recent years. And his work is kind of occupied by the unfixed nature of an African-American past that remains open to the vagaries of memory, what was revealed, what's remembered, and of course, what has been hidden. In particular, through pop cultural imagery from sports, music, film, cartoons. And here in our exhibition in particular, music and music history figure prominently, refracted through the lens of racial identity and representation. Now, of course, a lot of that comes out of the show being created for Seattle, and we do delve into Seattle's music history as well as part of it. So for the exhibition, Gary created a large-scale wall painting, a suite of new paintings and sculptures, a sculptural installation, and drawing together disparate elements of his practice. He often considers himself, or thinks of himself, as kind of a DJ, remixing work and references and iconography. The wall painting riffs off his characteristic erasure drawings that some of you might be familiar with, in which he uses sprayed and physically manipulated chalk on actual blackboard paint to create these kind of ghostly images. In this case, of the lesser known recordings of Jimi Hendrix, like the 45 records, for those of you who remember those, the B-sides, that's the title of the piece. Over the past few decades, Gary's been collecting and archiving band and concert posters from cities around the world where he's worked, including Seattle. So there's added pieces from his research here. In our installation, the posters become a single kind of giant painting in the interior of the architectural installation, the Garage Band, which is sort of the anchor, the core of the show. It recalls a schematic of a typical suburban garage. So if you think about it, one of the great elements of the show when Gary and I were planning it together was thinking about this very quote unquote normal suburban architecture kind of wedged into this sort of grand contemporary art museum architecture. So there's a bit of I think it's a bit of a smirk there a bit in terms of the architectural component. It's a significant part of Gary's process to actually collaborate and partner with other cultural producers, in this case musicians, to work to activate the site. So we'll have 3 different music residencies. We're working in partnership with Langston Center for Performing Arts here in Seattle, and have invited a host of different musicians to come and work within the space, culminating in public performance at the end, that again really complete the exhibition overall. So I am thrilled to say that we have the incredible privilege of having Gary here, well, sort of here today from Los Angeles. And Gary, thank you so much for being here with us at this party and celebrating your amazing show. And I am going to just let you take it away. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much again.
Thank you guys so much for inviting me. Shamim, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. It's fantastic to be here. So there were a number of visits that I did to Seattle, and Seattle's always been a big a city of interest for me for myriad reasons. And when the opportunity came up to work with Shamim again, I was just excited. You know, we work like hand in glove, so it's kind of great. Shamim, you're fantastic. I have to preface this with that I'm a complete audiophile. So from the time I was really young, I would follow my cousin around who got me into music and turned me on to, you know, Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin and bands like that. And Seattle has always had, it's not just the 90s and the grunge, but it has always been a music city. And it's someplace I wanted to visit. I was fascinated by living, you know, I grew up on the East Coast. Seattle just has this lush landscape, and as a city, I think it's just a fantastic. You know, I always wanted to see the fish get thrown, and it's just, I've always had a kind of distant love of the city of Seattle, and the music scene speaks for itself. You can't come to Seattle and not have the music scene affect you. The history, all of it is just so almost overwhelming in a way that it touches you. I think one of the things that's great about being an artist is you have to be adaptable, and you have to, it's those moments where the pockets of unforeseen or unpredicted elements or environments or come into play. And I think that out of those kinds of things, I won't say mistakes, because I do think I would include it in other terms. I think that great art comes out of mistakes and happenstance and what have you. And I think in this case, I wouldn't say there was mistakes, but I think there were challenges that if you're not flexible and fluid enough to kind of work with what you have and let it kind of, you can't force it. You have to let yourself bend with the situation. And once you give yourself over to that, I think it becomes a lot easier to produce under difficult circumstances like this pandemic, which is unheard of. Thank you, and thank everyone involved from top to bottom, and everybody at this gala. Without all of you, we couldn't do and continue to do what we do. And I think of us all as a kind of community, and we're gonna get through this. We gotta wear masks, we gotta keep our distance, we gotta get vaccinated. We're gonna get through this. We have to, and I think art is one of those things that actually can get us all the way through these things. So with that, I think I have to get back to the studio now. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you, Gary, so much for taking time away from the studio to be with all of us. We're so grateful. And Shamim, thank you so very, very much. We're so grateful. And I have to say, while you were speaking to us, Gary, so many people continue to be generous. And Seth Grizzle, thank you so much. Our committee co-chair, Seth Grizzle, and made a tremendous gift of $2,500. Seth, we're so grateful. Thank you very, very much. And Eleanor and Charlie Polnow, also, I was watching the thermometer. Your generosity, thank you so very much. We are almost at $100,000 on the way to our goal of $127,000, which is where we really want to arrive this evening. And Sylvia, can you believe how well it's going? I mean, people are so supporting the Henry. Isn't it awesome?
Wow.
Can you see it?
This is amazing. I hope you're as excited as I am. And I will tell you, it's been a time to celebrate. In the past year, the Henry staff and the board addressed each challenge as an opportunity, and each opportunity is guided by our mission, vision, and values. Every choice we made was based on who we are, who we serve, and what we stand for. And that, first and foremost, is our mission to engage all people in the transformative power of contemporary art and ideas. That's why we're here. Contemporary artists bring us to new understanding and awareness of the issues of our world. They bring us together. They invite us to discover new possibilities in ourselves, in others, and in the world around us. Tonight, proceeds from this event will support our mission, as well as free access to our exhibitions and programs for the coming weeks and months. I invite you to join us in our work as we invest in artistic risk and the artists who move our society forward. We can do it together. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, Sylvia. And it is this community effort. And it is all of your support that is allowing the Henry to be free, to have a free admission until June 30th. Through the end of June, free admission. And it is these funds that we're raising right now that allows that to happen. But I have really kind of amazingly wonderful news, which is Mike and Liz Hilton have offered to contribute $10,000 to help the Henry have free admission until the end of July. And Mike and Liz, thank you so much. But Mike and Liz are also, they're offering this in the form of a match, because they are hoping that all of us will meet, and yes, Mike and Liz Hilton, thank you. We're so grateful. And the Hiltons are hoping and offering it as a match, because if we can raise another $10,000 right now to match the Hiltons, then the Henry can have free admission until the end of August. All summer long will be free admission, and we would be so grateful if you could help make that happen. So Richard, thank you so much, for helping. We are so grateful. And I have, and Jennifer Roberts, thank you. And whoa, Mito Alfieri and Norman Chuk. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Mito and Norman, for that incredible gift of $4,000. That takes us to $112,000. Okay, well, Mito, I have to tell you, and Norman, I have to tell you one other piece, because we have an upcoming show at the Henry. Diana Al-Hadid will be bringing her gravity-defying sculptures, and she has also offered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. She is willing to have virtually 20 people, 20 logins, come and do a virtual informal gathering with her in her New York studio. And if you would like to be one of those lucky 20, all you have to do is make a contribution of $250 or more tonight. And if you already have done that, thank you so much. And then add $27. If you add $27, then we will know that you would like to be one of those 20 people. And the first 20 people. Now, how do you add $27? Hit refresh right now on your GiveSmart giving app. If you're using it on your phone, hit refresh and you will see an opportunity to give $27. And the first 20 people who give $250 plus 27, you get to hang out with Diana Al-Hadid. And we are at $122,000. We are so close to our goal of reaching $127,000. We would be so grateful. So Catherine, thank you so much. If you add $27, then you get to go and hang out with Diana Al-Hadid. And Laird, thank you for your incredible generosity. Just add $27. And Mike and Liz, we are so grateful for all of your amazing generosity. Thank you. If anyone, Matthew, thank you so much for your generosity. If anyone right now, we would love to have, be one of those 20 people. You just have to do it. And TJ McGill, thank you so much. And we really want to thank Beth Gloston, thank you so much for your amazing generosity. Bhavani, there's 27. Bhavani's going to be one of those people. Eleanor and Charlie Polinow, thank you. Bassam Manjani and Lisa Burns, thank you for your incredible generosity. Robert, if you add 27, you get to hang out. And we're at $123,000. Ash, thank you so much. We're so grateful. We are so close to $127,000. Oh, and to John Hodemacher, thank you for your incredible generosity. Just add 27, and then you will be one of those people. Oh my gosh! And John and Sherry Banky, thank you for all of the ways you support the Henry and for that incredible gift of $5,000. We are so grateful. Seth Grizzle, I see, just added 27 because his gift is now at 27. Going to be one of those 20 to hang out with Diana Al-Hadid. We are so grateful. All of these gifts. And if we could make it, we are so close to 127,000. Susan, thank you. Russell, thank you. Kathleen, gonna go and hang out with Diana, I can see, because, and while you are also doing this, I wanna say that in just a moment, we will close the voting on our hashtag Henry FUNHOUSE Selfie award. And right now, Disembodied is going to be getting the staycation. So Disembodied is currently getting the staycation at the Graduate. And and Dwayne, thank you. If you want to help anybody different than Disembodied win, now is the moment to do it, because we're going to close the voting in just a second. However, we will still be accepting those selfies. So take a selfie of your dance party in a moment when Calico comes back, and we would be so grateful. If anybody wants to help us with about $3,000, does anybody want to help us with about $3,000, and we will make it to $127,000 because we have to go back to the dancing. And I know Calico is close by. And Philip, thank you so very, very much. Every amount is so gratefully received. Penny, we're so grateful for your generosity. Thank you, thank you. We are at $123,947, and we would love to make it all the way to $127,000. So close. Basim Vajani and Lisa Burns, yes. Okay, voting. You have about a minute to vote. If anybody wants to vote, now's the time. Somebody's going to win. Now is your chance to vote right now. And I also just want to say, Steve, once again, you have thrown a most amazing party, as always. And Steve, thank you so much for making this funhouse so fun. Here, I know you wanted a moment, and we're so grateful. So I'm going to turn it over to our board chair, Steve Hodemacher. Steve, how are you?
Thank you, Ian. Let's hope that this is one of the last parties where you have to wonder if the person talking to you is wearing pajamas below the waist. I'm Steve Hodemacher, the board chair for the Henry, and a proud supporter who sees the value in art for me and the lives of all of us in this city. Thank you for joining us for the ever-changing, always exciting Henry Gala. Maybe next year we just make it a pajama party? I want to say thank you to all of you who made tonight possible, from the indefatigable Gala committee and chairs, the next drink's on me, to the Henry Gala staff teammates who joined us in opening every door as we tried to reinvent the wheel. But more than anything, I take my hat off to Sylvia and the entire Henry staff for not just surviving 2020, but for making it a year of unbelievable growth, for pushing art out into the community when we couldn't go indoors, and for making the Henry a stronger pillar of the community we all love. Sylvia?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My, oh my, I want to thank all of you for being with us. Those of you who've been with us for years, those who are new to us, those who are curious about contemporary art. I want to thank our Gala committee, the unbelievable co-chairs, Seth Grizzle and Kristen Becker. You're amazing. I want to thank the Henry staff who move me and inspire me and move us all forward with the work that they do all year round. I want to thank the artist, which is really the reason why we're all here, the art that they make that moves us forward. My heart is full. You make my wings soar and fill us with joy. Thank you to everybody for helping us invest in artists and for helping us open the doors, for the Henry is open to you. We're here, we're yours.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, to all of you. And I'm sure you can see that we are only about $450 away from our goal of $127,000. And if anybody wants to help us with that last $450, we would be so grateful. So if anybody can help us right now, please do. And I now get to announce the winner of our hashtag Henry Funhouse selfie competition. Whoa, and Jamie, thank you, Jamie, taking us over the top. We are at $127,524 raised this evening for the Henry Art Gallery. Thank you all. And the person who is receiving the staycation, arts vacation staycation, is Disembodied. With 84 votes, Disembodied, the staycation vacation is yours. But I have great news. Please take selfies and continue to use the hashtag Henry Funhouse selfie, because as the party continues back into the Funhouse moments from now, you will be able to see some of your selfies popping up. We want to see where you are. We'll be able to see it. Calico might be able to even show it as we're doing a little bit of dancing. I do want to thank one other person, Paco Macias. Paco made all of the visual elements of this funhouse. And Paco, it has been such an incredible experience to be here. Thank you so much for all of your incredible work. All of the funhouse rooms are now going to be reopening. So the funhouse is open. Thank you for being here to celebrate and support the Henry Art Gallery. Calico, are you still here? Is the fun about to come back? You're around, right?
Ian, the fun never left. You were fun. You're fun. You're fun. He's fun, right, everybody? But yeah, I'm here. I'm back. I'm ready to keep the party going. I think we got a reason to celebrate, right? We hit $127,000. Incredible.
Wait. Oh, hold on. Hashtag Calico. We're at $132,000.
What?
Way over our goal.
Incredible.
Please stick around, dance, visit the Funhouse. Thank you all. We will see you soon on the dance floor. Calico, back to you because I'm ready to dance for sure.
And you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. And you may find yourself in another part of the world. And you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. And you may find yourself in a beautiful...
Hey, thank you so much, Ian. Thank you so much, Henry, for having me tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here in the chat. Make some noise for yourself. I want to see some clap emojis in the chat. Clap emojis for you, for me, for the Henry, for Ian. We raised over $130,000 tonight for local art. Give it up, everybody. And you can keep giving if you want. And I'm going to keep giving it to you.
And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into a blue again. Down to the party store, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Water dissolving and water removing. There is water at the bottom of the ocean.
Feeling all different kinds of things. We were talking about everything from the past to the happening. We started talking about devotion, the kind that goes on eternally. Can I tell her I'm in love? How can I know that I'll always be? She just said, is it true? Is it true? Tell me now. It's a promise I can't make, and I won't let it be. Was I in some kind of mood? I don't know. I don't care. I'm sleeping in my room. If I am back again, she's in my sitting by my window, watching the moonlight in my home. Suddenly my mind was bringing out desire in my home, baby. So I got a woman to put out this fire burning in the soul. Only you, baby, can put out this fire. Only you, baby, can put out this fire burning in my soul. So I had a phone call from my woman in my home. She was burning up desire, just
just like I do. That's right. She wanted me to put out this fire burning in my soul. She said to me, only you can put out this fire. Only you can put out this fire burning in my soul. Only you can put out this fire.
Thank you again, everyone who's donated tonight. We appreciate you so much. Henry appreciates you so much. Thank you for keeping art alive.
Can put out this fire burning in my soul. Suddenly my woman was in my arms, in my home. She was loving me 69 times in my home. Are you sure? She was putting out the fire, burning in my soul. Really? Only you, baby, can put out this fire. Only you, baby, can put out this fire. Only you, baby, can put out this fire. Only you.
Drop it. Hard. When the pimp's in the crib, ma. When the pigs try to get at you. When the get an attitude. Got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I roll the best weed cause I got it going on.
Holy moly, $132,000, y'all. You're incredible. You're beautiful. I love you.
Drop it. Drop it. Hard. When the pimp's in the crib, ma. When the pigs try to get at you. When the get an attitude. Got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I roll the best weed cause I got it going on. Drop it. 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 Hard.
For someone who understands, you should do an odd job. You're like Prometheus and Bob. You are your own boss. The laws of your universe decide who goes first. James Murphy is spinning at my house. Another culture. All rare shit from Flying Dutchman. Opinions outweigh my doubts. Or maybe I just pay attention. Said my opinions outweigh my doubts. Or maybe I just pay attention. I don't give a
Throw some hearts in the chat if you love the Henry.
Tell me, is it leaving, how will I know? How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. I'm asking you to know about these things. How will I know if he's thinking of me? I try to fall, but I'm too shy. Falling in love is so bittersweet. This love is strong, but I feel weak. Oh, wake me. I'm shaking. I wish I had you near me now. Said there's no mistaking. What I feel is really love. Tell me, how will I know? Trust feelings, how will I know?
And I'm sure you're reading on your screens, but you can still give. The appeal is still open until Sunday at 7 p.m. So please keep giving if you have the means.
I'm asking you to know about these things. How will I know if he's thinking of me? I try to fall, but I'm too shy. Falling in love is so bittersweet. This love is strong, but I feel weak. If he loves me, if he loves me not. If he loves me, oh, if he loves me not. If he loves me, if he loves me not.
We've all heard so many conflicting words about life, whether wrong or right. But how you gotta be working hard, and it ain't no easy job to survive. Just keep it alive. We've all come to think of ourselves as links in a chain. So much to gain. We are the ones that tie our fathers to our sons, don't you know? That's how we grow. My life really means is that the songs that I sing are just pieces of a dream that I've been building. And we can make a stand, and here I'm reaching out my hand, cause I know damn well we can if we are willing. But we gotta be willing. Got to be willing. Got to be willing. Got to be willing.
Just you and I, we can be together. That's life. If we have more time, we can live forever. Just you and I, we can be together. That's life. We can play like children play. We can say like children say. Just you and I, having up the time. We can wise when we grow old. Get slow when we go on. Just you and I, having up the time. Do you know? Here we go. That's life. If we have more time, we can live forever. Just you and I, we can be together. That's life. If we have more time, we can live forever. Just you and I, we can be together. When I came down, there's no holding to me. I should have left the
Thank you, everyone who's still sticking around. Thank you for sticking around, y'all. It's been a great night. We're still going.
Waiting for your door. I see crows. Look, I see your eyes. I got a secret for you, something you'll never find, that only I can show you. Yeah, that one never kind. Don't wait till night approaches, just open up your mind and fade right out of focus, dreaming in the daytime. So much on my mind. Sometimes the talk stay focused, I told the line. I've been losing track of time. It's like I'm under hypnosis and then I slide. Cali coasting with my tenderone, rolling through the avenues. Champagne toasting in the Fleetwood Road. I'm zoning. I'll be back like my mama. Something you'll never find, that only I can show you. Yeah, that one never kind. Don't wait till night approaches, just open up your mind and fade right out of focus, dreaming in the daytime. Dreaming and going out of my body. Dreaming in the daytime. Dreaming and going out of my body. Dreaming in the daytime.
We'll see, style is still clad. Y'all need to practice like he needs some pieces real bad. And that's the most you can emphasize. Never tell a lie when he posts, temperature rise. Keep it on the humble, speak it on the mumble. Creep, dive, and tumble. Back on his feet, fold, tremble, and crumble. Send your best wide receiver, incomplete fumble. The whole team rumble. Remember, it's just a game. Keep your helmet on, numbskull. Pigs can get uncomfortable and sticky. That's why he wear the metal mask. Kick me. I must be dreaming in the daytime. Company scheming. I think I see him by the ley line near the fauna. Wouldn't wanna be him, he's a corner. Laid out in the gutter, peeing on the corner. Territory walk like gang tag. Tell your story to his talk like dag dag. More glory than Murray on a slang drag. Get cornier than a man.
You got the love, you got the power, but you just don't understand. Girl, you've been charging by the hour for your love. I'm trying to show how much I love you, still believing in romance. You're taking way too many chances with my love. I remember when you used to be the talk of the town. You get this lonely. Turn your love you turn me down? I can show you how. Turn your love around. I can make it, but I need the girl to stay. Oh, don't you let the lady take it all away. When the woman needs a taste of yesterday, if he stays at home, all they get is lonely. Turn your love around. Don't you turn me down. I can show you how. Turn your love around. Oh, girl, you know me. I'm alone until you show me that you're still in love with me. We're gonna make it. We're gonna take it back where we belong. Turn your love around. Don't you turn me down. I can show you how. Turn your love around. Turn your love around. And the girl became a woman. Don't you turn me down. Every woman needs a man. I can show you how. I love the girl, I love the woman. Turn your love around. Turn your love around. And the girl became a woman. Don't you turn me down. Every woman needs a man. I can show you how. I love the girl, I love the woman. Turn your love around. Turn your love
Somebody said you got a new friend. Does she love you better than I can? It's a big black sky over my town. I know where you at, I bet she's around. Yeah, I know it's stupid, but just gotta see it for myself. I'm in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh, I'm right over here. Why can't you see me? Oh, I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. I keep dancing on my own. Ooh, baby, I feel like music sounds better with you. And love might bring us back together. So good. I feel like music sounds better with you. And love might bring us back together. I feel so good. I feel so good. Ooh, baby. I feel like music sounds better with you.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I have been Calico. This has been the Funhouse Henry Art Museum Gala. I can't believe you guys that everyone here helped raise over $130,000 for this museum, for this gallery. It's truly amazing. This is my last song, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope that I will see you with the Henry sometime soon. Hey, and a shout out to everyone still in the chat right now. Everyone's still watching. Everyone's still tuned in. I see the love. I see the love for me. I see the love for Henry. I see the love. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Henry, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. Have a great night, a great weekend. Thank you for supporting the arts.